up against each other. And at the top right hand side, it's gonna be the pink Protoss from Clan Syntax. It's Thoms, and on the left side we have.
On the left side, we have from Team Mouse Control, it's SerDiuk, orange Protoss.
Yes. PvP. I think we started the series, we started the evening with a PvP, and we're going to end the evening with a PvP. That's just how we do it. PvP, very interesting in HUD.
Yeah, we actually see very early pylon going up here for, or is it very early? No, it's earlier than his opponents. I was thinking like, wait, is he going to cannon rush or something like that? But it's a slightly earlier pylon. Maybe he'll be trying to get out a very early gateway, very early cybernetic score and go for something like a 3-stalker rush. Or maybe his opponent was just slightly delayed in that.
Yeah, I mean, PvP right now with the Mothership core, it adds so much value to early aggressions. And it also makes it easier to expand, because if you can get the Nexus up, you obviously have that ability to make the Nexus into a cannon. So it opens up a lot of abilities. Star Station is a very big map, but of course the warp gate mechanic that doesn't always make a huge difference. So far both players very identical, very standard, and we should see the gas being laid down soon.
Alright, so yeah, we do have an earlier gateway, but it's very for the, of course the pink Protoss, but the gas timings is pretty much identical. It's always kind of fun at the start of the game in PvP to try and watch their respective build orders to see if there's anything we can read from it quite quickly, because your build order in PvP is really everything to determine what strategy you're going to do. Switching, tech switching, it's so difficult. Of course you can always make different tech units out of the gateway, but switching from Stargate into Robo is very hard to pull off.
Yeah, now you do see a lot of DT openings, of course. At least on the ladder I've seen a lot of DT openings. It's something you have to keep in mind because of the Dark Shrine's cost have been reduced. Now when you go Stargate, you do have the Oracle, and it does have the ability to spot the DTs. That's a very interesting mechanic that Blizzard added, so that Stargate is viable against a build like that. And that opens up a lot of options. I think Stargate in PvP is really the late game of choice right now, right?
Late game, yeah, it's pretty much the most powerful composition which you could take. There used to be, of course, Colossi, which ended into World of the Worlds, like, you know, situations which would happen sometimes. But yeah, Void Rage just, they obviously beat Colossi.
Yeah, that makes sense. And with the Protoss Air, there's of course also a little bit of rock, paper, scissors going on, because the Tempest counters other Tempests and carriers, and then the Void Ray counters the Tempest once again, and the Phoenix is kind of in the middle, pretty good against most of those units. I think a Phoenix is pretty good against Void Ray, right?
Yes, especially in certain numbers. If you have a few Phoenixes against a few Void Rays, then the Phoenixes will simply be able to out-micro the Void Rays. But once you get like this big clump of Void Rays, and Phoenixes without range upgrade are going to have a pretty hard time. So that's obviously critical. Interesting move here from Thoms, expanding with a Mothership core and a single gateway.
It's going to be an expand against the Stargate.
Yeah. I don't think this is... Well, the distance is relatively close, so if SerDiuk wants to, you know, play aggressively, then he's going to be in a good position to do so. He's moving forward with a Stalker, and he's going to spot it immediately. Sees no counter aggression from SerDiuk, moves up with a Zealot up the ramp, and it's going to get force fielded if I'm not correct. There we go, finally managed to get the force field out, and he's now going to pick off this Zealot. Almost loses a sentry, but not quite.
Yeah, almost uses a sentry, but forces out some energy, does damage one of the sentries. Not the worst position to be in for SerDiuk there. He does see the Nexus being thrown down, and there's going to be an Oracle on the way. 2 sentries against an Oracle, not the ideal situation, I can tell you that.
Yeah, sentries don't really add much to your composition. You would much rather have Stalkers, which are easier to micro. Of course, Thoms has now finished his robotics facility, so he can actually you know, start making observers, but he starts to go with an Immortal. Immortal not going to add that much to the fight. We actually see Phoenix is now being made for SerDiuk, which is, I think, a great decision, because you can then lift any crucial units like sentries, so they will not be able to force field. And SerDiuk, you know, he's really anticipating a ground attack, I feel. He's making Immortals, he's getting extra sentries. But what about an air attack? You know?
He is going to scout with an Illusion. Phoenix just misses the Oracle. That would have been a great pickup if he was able to spot that Oracle in that position. Sadly for him, does not manage to do so. The Phoenix will be a really good addition to the composition from SerDiuk because they are able to lift off the Immortals. Now the Oracle's being a little bit idle there. I think he has to move in as fast as possible, but he's waiting for something. Maybe he's gonna pressure the front
Yeah.
while moving in the Oracle. I think that's gonna be the attack path of choice.
Yeah, that's absolutely what it's going to do for sure. And Sintox, Thomas still has no idea what his opponent is doing. Now finally spots it with the Observer, sees the Phoenix. Are we going to suddenly see left anymore than we are? And it looks like Thoms is completely powerless to do anything. Actually forces fields himself up so he can't reach the units down there. Casts the photon overcharge on the Nexus to defend. And whoa, these Phoenix is actually taking a lot of damage here. Are they going to get the Mothership Core? No, they're not. So,
No, they're not, but SerDiuk did
Yeah.
manage to kill a few probes with
Oh
that
my God.
Oracle. Just a few, 20. I tried to mix up the action for the guys, for the viewers. They did see the front battle and the Oracle killing stuff. Because that was actually big. Because the Oracle, even though if not as exciting as the main battle, was the guy that changed the battle into the favor of SerDiuk because he just
Yeah.
lost an entire mineral line.
And the funny thing is, because he has two Nexi with a lot of Chrono Boost, he's going to be able to remake those probes almost immediately. So I really think that SerDiuk really has to deal the killing blow sooner or later, but he's lost his core units, which he needs to do so, which are the Phoenix.
Yeah, the Phoenix were really
Oh,
what
wait,
helped
that's
him
a lot of
against those
units,
Immortals. But
actually.
he's just gonna be annoying, walling off with the sentry, and
Oh,
now Thomas is stuck
someone
in his
support.
own base.
And yeah, this is GG.